Attention, everybody, they're fighting in the lunchroom. Attention, everybody, they're fighting in the lunchroom. Is this the second leg of the promo tour? Is this what we're getting? Because how did this big internet fight break out? I'm confused. People talking about people kids, people talking about people relationships. It's just all types of happenings happening on the internet. Oh my goodness. You can't leave the girls alone for 1 minute. I was just saying, Nicki is doing so good not giving nobody free promo. And I turned my back for 1 minute. And here she go. What? What happened? Like, I don't even know how it began, how it escalated to people talking about people kids. But what I do know is everybody's going to naturally, more than likely, attack Nicki because she's been in the game longer. She's been the elder. So that's going to always make her look like the bitter one that's hating. And I said this to y'all before. I wish Nicki would just chill. Like, Nicki's spot is solidified in hip hop. And I'm not a fan of Nicki. But Nicki has made moves in the music business. That's just what it is. I'm not a hater. But it just, when the girls start fighting real crazy like this, to me, just knowing what I know about the business and all of the behind the scenes stuff that goes on, I don't know if this is promo or not. Because if people had this much heat for each other, I'm sure y'all have been at the same events and in the same rooms with each other. Why, as soon as somebody drops something, now everybody got all the beef in the world? Like, how did this come to be? Now, regardless what has transpired online, Cardi B did get the #1 spot on Billboard, and she knocked those K-pop artists out of that #1 spot, and they've been there for probably almost 2 months at this point. So whether she bought her own albums for $5 or not, whatever she did, it worked. Now, because we know these types of things can be bought, we'll wait and see which songs actually linger and have actual appeal on the people and stick around, and which parts of her album just disappear. Because, these days, people drop stuff, you look up, a week go by, 2 weeks go by, nobody's even playing it or talking about it no more. But since Cardi did such an amazing press tour the first week, and she was entertaining everybody, and now she's wrestling with the girls online, this has extended the time frame at which, people's attention span can normally handle from one person, because it went from interviews and her going on all the TV shows to now the internet is just all over the place. But all of this is beneficial for a rollout. So why Nicki keeps falling for this with all the girls and keeps getting into confrontations with all the girls, it absolutely makes no sense. Because if you don't like them, why would you help them? See them on the street. See them in person. If you really have something to address, it's not hard to run into any of these people, because a lot of y'all be in the same places and y'all know the same people. So if y'all really wanted to link up without the internet being involved, y'all could. So all of this is one big TV show. The only thing that I really hate is the fact that her album was $4.99, and that's going to make people automatically diminish everything you did, because why is the album so cheap? And my theory is the album was made cheap so that her people, her label, can buy them and buy as many needed to be bought in order for her to position properly. Because if y'all look at and pay attention to the charts, normally when you have a number one album, you also have a top 10 hit when your album comes out. And considering the fact that her album is number one, but she doesn't have a top 10 hit, looks questionable. But we'll see what happens as time goes on. When you have media outlets like Billboard getting involved in these little beefs and situations like this, it kind of comes off as fake as well, because why are y'all even getting involved or participating in what can be considered as street culture? Because if y'all followed hip hop, right? Everybody used to diss each other more so on like mixtapes and stuff like that. So then it would build anticipation for the album. And then when the album came out, there would possibly be a diss on the album. And the streets just did it a totally different way. The beef came before the album. But I don't know if maybe they try to switch up the formula. But I like it the old school way. Like, I don't want to hear a bunch of diss records or you coming at somebody on your entire album, because it seems like you're really mad. And if you're that mad, it don't take the girls much to get out on the street and start wrestling. How come nobody has wrestled? That's where, for me, it becomes acting. Because if somebody talk that much trash and y'all be in the same circles, we're going to run it. Whether it ends up being public or private, we're going to settle our differences. But I don't know. That's just me. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Because it's giving orchestrated synthetic beef. I'm sorry.